Oh, hi! You caught me eating like there's no tomorrow. After all, what kind of cook would I be if I didn't taste my food first to make sure it's good? We cooks always have the perfect excuse. And honestly, I'll happily admit I taste test maybe more than I should, especially with a recipe like this, where a thin layer of soft, creamy melting potatoes is tucked between the crispiest top and bottom you've probably ever tasted. Italians call it schiacciata, which literally means flattened or pressed, referring to the thinness of this rustic dish, something between a flatbread and a potato bake. And the word flat couldn't be more fitting, since we are talking about just a few millimeters of thickness. In this video, we'll take a look at how to make the classic version, a gluten-free version, and a high-protein one. For one tray, you'll need 3 to 4 medium to large potatoes. Peel them. Then, thinly slice them. The slices should be nice and thin. Soak them in cold water for about 30 minutes to remove the starch. In the meantime, slice a small to medium onion and set it aside. Preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius in convectional mode. Now let's prepare the butter. Add 200 grams of all-purpose flour to a bowl, then gradually pour in room temperature water while mixing. As the flour starts to absorb the water, keep adding a bit more until you get a smooth, creamy butter. Slightly runny, but not too thin. I used about 250–260 grams of water. This consistency is what you're aiming for, no matter what type of flour you use. Next, add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and some freshly chopped rosemary. Whisk again until everything is well combined. Then set it aside. Now let's go back to the potatoes, which should be well rinsed by now. Let them drain in a sieve. In the meantime, prepare the baking tray. I'm using a standard oven tray, the kind that usually comes with the oven. Line it with parchment paper. Then brush or rub a bit of oil all over the surface. Finally, sprinkle a generous layer of breadcrumbs on top. Some people also like to use semolina or cornmeal instead. Once the potatoes are well drained, spread the slices out on a thick kitchen towel. Place another towel on top and gently press to dry them thoroughly. In a large bowl, pour in all the butter. Add the sliced potatoes and the onion, all of it, or just half if you prefer a milder flavor. And mix everything together with a spatula or your hands until well combined. Once mixed, transfer the mixture to the prepared tray. Use your hands to spread it out evenly, filling in any gaps and moving the potatoes around so the layer is uniform. Gently flatten the surface. Finally, drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on top and sprinkle a generous layer of breadcrumbs. Our classic potato schiacciata is now ready to bake. Start by baking it on the lowest rack or directly on the bottom of the oven for the first 10 minutes. Then move it to the middle rack and bake for another 20 minutes. If you'd like extra browning, you can finish it with a few minutes under the grill. Totally up to your taste. And there we go. Make sure nothing is stuck to the tray, then transfer it onto a wooden board. Perfectly crispy. Potato schiacciata can be served straight from the tray as a main dish, or cut into small pieces for an appetizer, side dish, snack, or even breakfast if you like. Now let's take a look at how to make it using different types of flour, and how to add vegetables for extra flavor and color. In a bowl, add 200 grams of rice flour and start gradually pouring in room temperature water. My rice flour needed about 260-270 grams of water. Rice flour behaves a bit differently. It may look lumpy at first, then suddenly becomes runny as you whisk in the water. Don't worry about this. Add 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix well and let the butter rest for 30 minutes to give the flour the time to fully absorb the liquid and thicken. Take the previously prepared potatoes and gently press them between 2 thick kitchen towels to dry. In a large bowl, add the butter, then the potatoes, and mix everything well with your hands. Now add the vegetables of your choice. I used 2 medium to large leeks. Mix everything until fully incorporated. Transfer the mixture to the prepared tray. Spreading it evenly so there are no gaps. Drizzle with extra virgin olive oil and sprinkle generously with breadcrumbs. I found gluten-free breadcrumbs at my local supermarket, but rice flour or cornmeal should work just as well. Add a little pepper on top if you like. Bake in a preheated convection oven at 200 degrees Celsius. Start on the lowest rack or directly on the oven floor for the first 10 minutes. Then move it to the middle rack and bake for another 20 minutes. For extra browning, you can finish it under the grill for a few minutes. It's up to your taste. If the flatbread sticks to the parchment paper, carefully loosen it with a spatula. Then transfer it to a cooling rack or wooden board by lifting it with the parchment paper. Once in place, gently peel off the paper by rolling it under the flatbread. This prevents it from breaking. Look at this, perfectly golden and super crispy. Keep watching to see the high protein version and how to prepare it with other vegetables. Thinly slice a medium courgette and add it to a large bowl. Drizzle with a little extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of salt. Then mix well to combine. Set it aside. In another bowl, add 200 grams of chickpea flour and gradually pour in about 270 grams of room temperature water, whisking until smooth. Stir in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a sprinkle of black pepper if you like. Whisk again until fully combined. In a large bowl, add the previously prepared potatoes, then pour in the butter, or vice versa, it doesn't matter, and roughly mix with a spatula or your hands. Take the bowl with the courgette, you set it aside earlier. Before adding it to the main mixture, squeeze it well to remove any excess moisture. This is an important step for any watery vegetable. Carrots, tomatoes, aubergines, or even pumpkins. Removing excess water is key to keeping the flatbread crispy and helping the ingredients bind together. Once drained, add the vegetables to the main mixture and mix until fully combined. From this point on, follow the same steps as the previous versions in the video. I love this version. I recommend it to all culinary explorers looking for something different, or anyone wanting to add more protein and fiber to their diet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how it turned out. Share it with your loved ones, and don't forget to subscribe to support my channel and hit the bell to get notified of new uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.